Hello, everyone. Hopefully we have we're sort of live. Can you see it on the Twitch stream? Oh, I think I saw something here. Hang on.
Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
We are live.
Yeah.
All right. So today our stream is going to be called Maps, Hacks, and wait, I just lost the thing. Maps, Hacks, and Fact Stacks. Right. Okay. So we're going to start off. We had, for everyone who, if you're not familiar, first of all, if you're on YouTube, we're streaming live on Twitch. So if you want to come and check us out sometime on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/OSINT IRL. We film on Wednesday evenings in the United States, early Thursday morning up in Germany where Sarah is. She's our night owl. So if you want to support us, you can get into our premium group. That premium group has a lot more than just supporting us. It's also gives you a premium newsletter that we send out, gives you access to our community, and you're supporting also our digital knowledge base. And as far as supporting our digital knowledge base, I want to show you where you can go if you want to subscribe and become a premium member. Also, any of our bundle members, bundle meaning our big training packages, any of our bundle members are automatically members of our premium membership. All right, so let me really quickly show you that page so I can show you how to get there. And let's see. Haha, it's right on the top. Okay. Hey, there's Andrea. Hello. We'll bring you up there.
Hi, Andrea.
Here with us again. Thank you for being here. All right. So again, our knowledge base. This is our big database of everything we're thinking of at the moment. Sarah is our manager of it, and she's been putting a whole bunch of glossaries in there, and glossaries having to do with mostly subculture, right?
Mm-hmm. Each communities and subcultures.
Each community, something that we've been thinking about a lot, especially this last week. So again, if you want to join us, about this database right there has the ability for you to, it's just like a Patreon or a buy me a coffee or something like that, but with a little bit more of an OSINT twinge to it, right? So subscribe for $5.99 a month or $65 a year gets a month free. So it's not crazy either. And that will get you into our Friday morning chats where we start talking about what we're going to talk about here. And that's our first topic. We had somebody come in. Sarah, why don't you tell us about what your discussion you had?
Well, we discussed a lot of things.
Well, who was it first?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Who was it? Who came in and talked to you?
Oh, okay. It was Roman Senikov, and he's the president at Constellation Cyber LLC. And what we talked about was sometimes it's not good to necessarily help others when you get data from investigations. And the example he used, we'll be showing you the example.
I'll show you. I'll bring the first one up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Go ahead and you can keep talking about it.
Yeah. So
he
gave the example of a dark web researcher who had warned Columbus, Ohio about a ransomware attack. And for him sharing his research and for sharing the warning, the city actually tried to sue him.
You know, I have it. I can see it right here, but I don't see where I have it on my... Oh, I got it. Never mind. Pulling levers. All right, here we go. All right, so here, the idea is that, sometimes when there's like a lot of bug bounty programs out there right now and that sort of thing. And when you report a bug to them, ideally they're going to fix it. But sometimes they don't have a bug bounty and they're not happy for you to see the bugs. In fact, if they see that you saw the bug, they might think you're attacking them rather than trying to help them. And so in this case, this guy, he said, okay, the ransomware attack was reported by the mayor, but it wasn't what had really happened. And so he kind of wanted to point out, okay, it's bigger than this. And so the city's now suing him for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I mean, it is a touchy subject, like when it's okay to go to the press, like after you alert people that, hey, you got this problem. When is it okay to then put it out in the public?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. I mean, I've sat on a vulnerability for 4 or 5 years now. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because nobody wanted to hear it, right? That's
Right.
the
Nobody wanted to hear it. And at the same time, it was like, well, I shouldn't publish the vulnerability. So, I mean, when should you go to the press? I'm not sure. I think you really have to use a case by case basis
Yeah. It could be
and
just
look at your
discretion of
environment.
like what I don't know, because like I feel like if there's a large harm to it, then you need to let people know that their information is kind of out there, right? And a lot of times this isn't like somebody hacking in and say, "Oh, look, I can hack into you, and these other people can too." Sometimes it's just as easy as looking at source code, right, Sarah?
Right, which happened in Missouri, which is the second article.
Okay, let me go to the second article.
Mhm.
So let's see. That's that TechCrunch article.
Mhm.
There we go. There we go. Woohoo.
So that was in 2021, and 8 journalists pulled some data that showed a vulnerability with the government of Missouri with that related to PII, and essentially it was F12. They used F12 to get the data, and
Just a button on everybody's keyboard.
the governor of Missouri and the government, they went after this journalist for weeks. I actually ended up buying a sweatshirt that says F12 and find out. Uh,
Yes,
yeah,
kind of like FAFO. Yep.
yeah, and that was from the sweatshirt was from Caitlin Bowden, but yeah, it happened. I mean, it can be a super simple. It can be a super simple vulnerability, something like this, and people will still take it the wrong way. I know that the one time I wrote a blog article for Plessis on, when should you share and when should you not share,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you shouldn't share, because if you're just going to get targeted for sharing and they're not going to fix it, then why
Mm-hmm.
share?
And this
But
blog is still up on our blog.
yeah, I do
Little while
agree.
back.
I do agree, though, if it's a harm, that you need to give serious consideration to when to share publicly if nobody's going to act on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a hard decision. And then again, you could end up like this, where you end up getting, threatened with criminal court or else sued,
Right. Right.
and nobody wants to deal with that. So,
And some people, they just don't want to recognize that there's a vulnerability there in the first place, and they'd rather just sweep it under the rug.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I think that's like a lot of the cases of the groups that this happens with. It's that they don't even see the world out there where people are doing bug bounties and saying, please help us make this more secure. Instead, they think of that as an attack themselves,
Hmm.
and they
Yeah.
think that you've done, I mean, and it comes down to education of them from their own cybersecurity groups.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's remove this. Hey, so I saw something cool this week, and it's obviously been out there for a little while. But Sarah, have you played with r/place before
Mm-mm. No.
on Reddit? It's like a one
Oh, yes, I did.
while
I did.
thing.
I did. Yeah. I asked it what is the best way to train its Slookie.
No, that's Reddit Answers.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome too, by the way. I love Reddit
Yeah.
Answers. That's how you do AI focused at your own tool, right? I think that Grok kind of does a great job on Twitter as well. But
Mhm.
like if you have a social media tool, you don't need to compete with everybody else. Why don't you put it against, aim it at your tool and let people research it that way? Meta, hint, hint. So because Meta is trying, it's like a regular AI, which is totally fine too. But when you try to do Facebook research in Meta, they're like, no, we don't have live access to that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Why not? Okay, but anyway, Reddit Answers is awesome. If you haven't seen Reddit Answers, go check it out. But this one is wplace. Reddit/r/place is like a once in a while kind of big collaborative fun thing where you can go in and basically you can do 1 pixel a day.
Oh.
You put another pixel. So in order to actually do anything drawing wise on that, you have to actually get a whole team of people together. And there's sometimes in Discord groups, they'll get a bunch of people together, etc. I'm going to show you wplace, where it's actually put against a map. All right, so you can see right now, this is kind of the beginning of it. This is Tucson. But if I go back here and now I'm going to zoom out.
Oh,
So
wow.
there, that's Tucson on the map, right? Sarah, maybe I'll take us to Paris. Why not? I think Paris was where it actually took me to in the first place. So we'll kind of zoom over there. All right. And we're going to zoom in. Put Paris about center. And so right now it's just still a map until you start getting, until you start getting close. And then the pixel art shows up.
Oh, wow.
You zoom in, and every single one of these, it's a huge map. Every single one of these pixels, one person put that there one day. You can see me highlighted pixels here.
Yeah.
So it's been up for a while, clearly, but not too long, because I'm finding that there's plenty of places that are still pretty empty, right? Not something like Paris, but if we go over to places that are not so populated, so let's go to the northern part of Finland, right? Let's see if they're placed out. Some of them are going to be, though. Let's see what we got here. Zooming in. Oh, I see some stuff. See, and look at how beautiful this art can be.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Right?
Huh.
Little names on there, etc.
Yeah.
But it's been a really fun thing to kind of play with. So now I want to go look at Svalbard. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay, let's see. Where are you, Svalbard? That's gotta be it right there, huh? No, I don't think it's that far off the. I guess maybe. I need to look at my map closer. This looks like it's too far away. But anyway, you can kind of zoom in pretty much anywhere. It could be in the oceans, etc. You can put content anywhere you want to. I'm going to guess most people put content kind of near their home. But look at this. This place looks pretty empty right now. Somebody has put their name there. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. Zooming in, and there we get some stuff. Anyway, lots of empty space here still too. So anyway, it's something fun to play with, and that is wplace.live.
The thing is also you can still get art in and of itself is a way to communicate, and so you still get insights into culture or the area, and if there's lots of art in the area, that can give you a lot more data about different cultural things within that area, or different groups, or different artists, or different.
Yeah, this is a well-covered area because it's Gaza. And so
wow.
you'll see messages of support and things like that in here. You get in there to, a lot of amazing things there. And I know that in some cases, some places in Russia have some pro LGBT messages.
Yeah.
Because again, it's somewhere where it's not necessarily being censored at the moment. So people can put messages. You could put messages on here. It's not just art.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can. So, yeah, that's interesting.
All right. Before we go on to the next topic, there was something last minute that we kind of threw on here. And that was something Micah Hoffman just shared to me. And it is, let me just really quickly add it. Skylight Social. So, of course, the whole deal with TikTok has been for the last year. Is it staying? Is it going? Is it going to be owned by somebody American? Is it going to be owned by, Chinese, whatever? And as we see a deal kind of formulating right now, some people are, again, migrating off of it. But Skylight Social here is decentralized. So it's a Fediverse version of TikTok. So if you like the Fediverse, that means you like Mastodon or even Blue Sky. And I guess you can sign into it with your Blue Sky account if you want to, or probably with any of your Mastodon accounts as well. So something kind of interesting to take a look at.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it'll jump, explode in popularity or not, but it's something I want to play with for sure. Okay, let's get rid of that. All right. So next up, we are talking about non-law enforcement, law enforcement related, OSINT collection, adversarial, counter collection.
Yes.
Sarah, what are we talking about here?
Well, there's two examples I have in there on law enforcement related OSINT from just regular civilians. The first is adversarial, where it is a person who is collecting on the police and posting it on YouTube.
So I'm going to put that up right now, and I do want to point out something though. So we're going to play this for it's just a few seconds. Let's see how long do you want us to play it for? Like about a minute. So we will play this, but I want to point out that I have family that's police, and they have the auditors, right? These people who call themselves auditors, and basically what they do is they even see a police officer pulling somebody over for speeding, and they try to antagonize and get the speeder to go away, and they're putting their stuff all on YouTube at the time. And this is not necessarily that. Right?
Right.
Go ahead.
So I just go ahead and play the clip.
Okay. We'll play about a minute.
Yeah.
You'd be able to read that.
Mm-hmm. So this person, what they did is the police had just arrested somebody. So the person was telling the person that they arrested, you have rights, don't talk to the police. And then after he finished talking, he goes around and does essentially collection on the vehicles. So.
Okay. So again, it's just like, anybody out there can be posting this stuff up. And so now it's OSINT because the guy is putting it up there. We might say, okay, I don't know what was on the screen, but anybody else might say, okay, so now I know that this car was there, but it could be, anything in that area at that point. It could be, OSINT of the surroundings, all of that.
And so what that person did is he took images of both screens in both vehicles and could read on what's on both screens. And it shows, not only how that can be used for adversarial collection on law enforcement, but just in general for anybody when they're out with their vehicle, anything that they have in their vehicle can be filmed.
I got two things. So even like you're like yesterday, I was at a coffee shop with a friend and we were both working together. Our back was against the wall, but if it wasn't, then anybody could like do the same thing against our screens, right? I know that there are some screens that like you have to be at the right exact angle to even see your screen. But the other thing that just reminded me was that so everybody has these tinted windows and you think, oh, your stuff is safe in there because the tinted window. Take your phone someday, put it right up against the tinted window and turn on the camera. And you'll see right through it like there's no tint.
Right.
You're going to see everything that's in that car.
Right. So
okay, well, I'll bring up the other video. And the other video, this one called "I'm Calling the Police." Let's see. All right, and I have it up, and I think that we are going to play it for about. This one you want to play this for 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and go.
The driver of this SUV in Ontario, Canada, has been slow to move at the last few green lights. So a motorcyclist wearing a helmet cam investigates.
Okay, Sarah, I see that you want like 2 minutes of this, but I just looked at its A&E. Because it's A&E, we probably can only play like 15 seconds or something because.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was just a YouTube user, they probably wouldn't care. They'd want their stuff shared, but this is going to be this is a major channel, a major broadcast.
Okay.
But go ahead, tell us what kind of happens here. Why?
So what happens with this one is the motorcycle driver, he has the essentially a built-in camera in their helmet, and so they get the person texting, and the person does it again and is holding up traffic, and so then the motorcyclist with the camera does it, knocks on the window, tries to get their attention, and then the driver gets road rage and starts doing some shenanigans with the vehicle with the motorcyclist, and so the motorcyclist pulls to the side and explains to the driver, hey, I have a camera, everything's been recorded, you should go downtown to the police department. And then, of course, this person took off. But what was interesting about it was because it went viral, the person went and turned themselves in at the police department.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the
So-
notoriety of like a inflammatory video or something like that is amazing.
I thought it was amazing. But I mean, both examples, though, show how everyday people that are just doing normal things out in public are collecting. They could be collecting things in an adversarial fashion, like with the collection on the police vehicles, or they could be collecting for safety or something positive. But normal everyday people are becoming collectors, for law enforcement, or for their own hobby, or yeah. So
Absolutely. Mhm.
it's just become a normal thing in everyday life, and it makes you think, when you get angry at somebody in the line, should I say anything about being angry? If I say anything and I look angry, will it be misinterpreted? Will a part of what I've said be posted online and taken out of context? Um, but it just shows, it shows that there's a lot more consideration now given to those kinds of things in work.
Surveillance society.
It's a surveillance society, and it also feeds part of the tactics and techniques that you would use in OSINT are being utilized every day.
Right, without kind of like a judicial overview. So like maybe people are like
Right.
calling her and like threatening her, et cetera, when it really, she just needs to go to the police department and they can take care of her. And it's really fairly minor at that point. But then she's getting a lot of harassment online because of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on. Whoops. You guys didn't see what I did, but I just like made my screens all went crazy. Anyway, let's not do that. Okay, I'm gonna move this and let's go on to the next thing, which is going to be how social media posts could convict war criminals. So we're gonna go ahead and put that one up. And all right, and we're gonna play this one for, let me double check. Oh, for about 30 seconds. All right. And let's go. Oh, I guess I should put it on screen first, huh? Levers. Andrea has something for us. She thinks audio scraping is becoming more valuable, much like public cams that feed to facial recognition and plate readers. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, and I think that you're right. The audio, image recognition was one thing. Audio recognition, identifying, people by their voices and or like events by audio signatures. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Throughout this year of war between Russia and Ukraine, access to smartphones and social media has been key to documenting the attacks, the weapons used, and the consequences for the population. User participation has been essential. The photographs, videos, and live broadcasts that they have shared have served to inform and even deny official versions.
So, yep. So it's Ukraine is a very large case example of how crowdsourced OSINT can be used, or crowdsourced information and data can be used for OSINT activities. With Bucha, with the massacre that happened there was so much of videos and photos and information that was posted on social media that human rights investigators were able to go out, and OSINT groups like Bellingcat, that they were able to go out and show that these human rights violations occurred simply from social media posts. And prior to Russia going into Ukraine, there was tons of posts on social media and on YouTube and things like this, showing that they were going to be going in.
Even their own soldiers in some points.
I'm sorry, what?
Even from their own soldiers at some points.
Yeah, even from their own soldiers. In the case of Donetsk, the rebel groups in Donetsk that originally had been siding with Russia, they had a stream going on YouTube where they were giving updates from their Russian colleagues on when they were supposed to be doing activities. So, I mean, it's become a part of real life. I mean, in the sense that, you know, this is not going away, and this is something that will most likely continue with any conflict. You know, you couldn't imagine that in 2003 or in, you know, in earlier wars that people have been in. So yeah, so that's why this example is here. And I think that when you add this with some of the other examples that are also Ukraine related, it makes a much bigger picture of information that people can use for analysis on what is happening in the war,
Yeah, definitely.
both for government and for non-government.
Mm-hmm. So this is another 30 seconds that we'll watch of this one. And oops.
Here you may see the blades were hit 100%, and obviously this kaboom caused the fire and the helicopter was kaputted. By the way, I have the image filmed from the scene, from the ground, by some of the eyewitnesses. The video spread around the internet. I'm gonna show you it later on, but it's not about this particular helicopter. It's about the Simferopol airfield, where Ukraine was successful in the strike as well. There Russia lost maybe even 4 helicopters. But initially, let's continue with this video. So you may see, yeah, the airfield of Kacha, they have helicopters, and they have those Bereev B-12 airplanes.
Okay, so I want to say this is BDA, right? So back in the Army, my Army days, we'd always be looking for BDA, battle damage assessments, and whether it be through IMINT or, you know, SIGINT, I was a SIGINTer at the time, or any other kind of int, we put it all together to figure out, like, okay, what did we get? How much did we damage it? You know, blah, 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 what's still working, what's not working. And he's doing this OSINT. I mean, he's like getting these videos that are published out there, and he's like studying them themselves. I also want to say one thing before you go, Sarah, because I know you have some stuff to say, but I love that he says kaput.
I do too.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, I do too. And I mean, essentially that's what I mean, part of what you said is, I think is important, is that he does give a really good military analysis on the damage that occurred to these aircraft. And then the next thing that you can do is you can pivot from this to do fact checking and information verification, which there is actually information verification that those helicopters were kaputted because they were discussed in news articles.
Which I think is our next share, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I'll bring it up. Yeah, I love that. You know, I mean, it's just other people saying, okay, yeah, this is what happened. Not necessarily I don't know that they watched him, did they?
No.
No, it's separate, independent, right?
Yeah, separate.
Let's see. Am I getting better at this, guys? A little bit?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an article in this case from United 24.
Yeah. So, and there was multiple articles, and so then you can cross compare those articles with the analysis that you're watching to figure out, you know, how the degree of certainty of the information of what you're looking at. I think it's fascinating, though, that you have somebody essentially on YouTube doing what would be of use for a military assessment. Now, granted, this person, their background, he is from Ukraine, so he has definitely has a vested interest in the topic.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. All right. And then our next topic, also Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it just makes a great example of some things that are happening, especially when, like, you know, fairly recent stuff. So
yeah. When you can do the same thing for Gaza to the same, looking at
anywhere we can get
yep.
some feeds out of some videos.
So
Sarah, okay, so we're gonna run this one, and I can't remember how long I'm running this one for, so let me double check.
yeah.
Okay, for about a minute and a half, depending on who it is. Let's see. Yep. So we're gonna run for about a minute and a half.
It's the helicopters and a few other things. I can't write about them. There's no air defense, and the radar is useless. Okay, so what we know was that yesterday a radar was hit, as well as 3 Russian helicopters. So this is some of the aftermath being published here. Okay, so let's talk about the radar. Here's some more context on the Ukrainian strike on the Russian Nebo-U radar station in Russian-occupied Crimea yesterday. Even if this radar was only partially damaged, this has huge significance, and it is a disadvantage for Russian air defense. Due to its location in Crimea, the Nebo-U radar station can monitor the situation in the sky in a very wide range, including aerial targets, not just in parts of Ukraine, but Odessa, Dnipro, Kyiv, Kharkiv, but outside Ukraine as well, as NATO's largest air base in Romania, the coast of Turkey in Istanbul, Ankara, etc. It's also a very rare radar. Russia only has a few dozen of them. Damaging one of these radars is a loss for Russia. It increases reaction time for Russian air defense and creates blind or blinder spots. Russian leadership has turned Crimea into a spot for destroying rare and expensive equipment. They have set up a trap for themselves. They cannot stop defending the occupied Crimea, but they are not able to provide security for their defense systems.
I want to point out something that there was that I mean, this is obviously analysis, and if you're into this sort of thing, really looks like this is a good channel, because it sounds like he is explaining beyond just the material, the tweets and whatever. He's kind of like, he's going to explain beyond for a little bit further. But I love how when he was going through the city names, one of them, he just kind of moved on. I need to learn that technique. Struggling trying to pronounce something crazy.
Yep. So
yeah. So again, he said 3 helicopters down, and I mean, again, we're getting
right. And the other thing is with this one is, I think there's a lag. I can't hear you.
I just stopped talking, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So the other thing about this is you would go check then to information on that radar, and you would go get information verification on that radar's importance to Russia. And then the next thing is, because you have excellent pictures of the radar, is figure out where else that radar might be, and theoretically that could be used for targeting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and especially if like he's saying here that according to this social media post, that it's a trap. They're putting their expensive equipment there to try to defend it, but they can't able to completely provide security, and so it's a good place to take out some important materials.
Right.
Andrea's sharing us something, so let's see. I'm gonna show that link. All right, but then I'm gonna try and take a look at it. Let's see. I don't know if I can copy and paste it from here. Maybe I can get it from this other. There we go. I got it from another page. All right. Oh, it's called Let's Enhance. Okay, this looks fun. Hang on. I'm going to put this up really quick. Thank you, Andrea. This is just kind of something to be fun. I mean, we all know. Can you guys hear that when I don't put it on there? No? Okay. There we go.
Hold it. Run that back.
Wait a minute. Go right. Sarah, freeze that.
Full screen.
Okay, freeze that.
Tighten up on that. Vector in on that guy by the back.
Looks like a montage.
With the right equipment, the image could be enlarged.
I will put that onto the.
I love that, Andrea. Thank you.
It's a big montage. I want to point out something else really quick. Here's our channel on YouTube. Might as well, since I'm right there, right? So you can go and check out our videos there. They'll be up shortly after the stream is done. All right. Let me whack that page now. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add the next one. Oh yeah, so this is another Ukraine one. Thank you, Sarah. And this is the kind of stuff that I love, actually. Live feeds. All right, so I got to catch it up to us there. There we go. So now it's live, and you can see the names of the different cities. So you can kind of see if like any craziness is happening somewhere right now, right?
Well, it's very late at night there right now, so that's why it's it's all dark. But yeah,
There's more during the day. I do like these kind of live feed sort of things. So that's something that, like even traffic cameras can tell you like what's going on in a place, right? Maybe the traffic's backed up, or if, something major is happening like weather or something like that, those traffic cameras even can be important. So, or tourist cameras, things like that. So I do like that sort of thing.
Yep.
All right, let's take that one down. So Andrew's asking, do we use Blue Iris? I love it. Sarah, do you use Blue Iris?
No.
I have no idea what it is either. So we are going to check it out. Thank you, Andrea. We will put that also into the links for the show notes. Show notes only show up, by the way, on YouTube. So if you're looking for the show notes after this, go to our YouTube. That's where our show notes are going to be. There's too many places to put them. So, all right. So next up, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So next up is kind of a fun one. Sarah found a guy who's on TikTok, and he's pretty popular on TikTok for just figuring out where people are. So I got to figure out like what the name of this one is. Hang on. I thought I cleared up all my tabs, but I don't know for sure. Let's see. Okay, that's it. Okay. Here we go. Pulling more levers, Andrea. I'm getting to it. All right. Here we go.
Jose Monkey. You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. I strongly suspect that the person who sent this video were thinking they were going to trick me with this one. Check out the video.
Find me, Jose Monkey.
So what can we see? Bruh, I got this one. We got like 6 cars here with Illinois license plates. And we got this sign that says Village Pizza and Grill. Go on. So I'm just going to Google Village Pizza and Grill, Illinois. And look at this. Google is auto-completing it and showing me this place in Geolocation, Illinois. And check out this photo. It even looks like the same place. Oh, maybe they painted it or something. Is that your final answer? Why'd you say it like that? I'm just asking, is that where you think it is? Yup. Guys, that was it. You were here in Geolocation, Illinois. So did you verify that it was correct? I don't know. Sorta. Why don't you check the street view and make sure? I bet. Yeah, I'm not sure this is the right place, actually. Yeah, that's not it. Bro, you scammed me. Well, you sort of walked right into their trap. So I believe that that is the conclusion that this person wanted me to come to. So the fact that we have so many cars that appear to have Illinois license plates here.
I'm going to leave this a little bit of mystery. I'm going to go to his next video, but he figures it out pretty easily and without using AI. And like I right now think the AI is amazing for this. If I just showed them a picture like this, the AI would be like, oh, it could be, all these places. But what it would do is it would tell me the type of trees, et cetera. If it could see the license plate, it might be able to tell me the license plate. But here's where it's great. As the person who's doing the investigation, I might know a little bit more about this than just here's the picture. I can say, okay, this picture came to me from a person who lives in this place or from blah, 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 and give it like a little bit of context, in which case the AI can drill down. I think it's pretty fantastic. Have you been playing with it at all, Sarah, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I also found like if you're using one AI model is, and if you're not getting the answer you want, is to use more than one model to cross compare.
Absolutely. So let's watch this guy start off with another one. We're not going to watch him find their locations. I'm going to leave that to you to go find him on TikTok, but his links will be available again in our show notes on YouTube. So here we go again. And again, his username is, oh my God, I forgot already. Let me look at the list.
Jose Monkey.
Jose Monkey. There we go. All right, here we go. Jose Monkey.
Shortly after the truck passes by, a car passes after it. There are just 4 frames when we can see the car. But the car itself isn't what's important. It's the reflection in the car that I was interested in, because that reflection gives us a very brief glimpse of the bus that this person is riding in. Now, we can't see any writing or anything like that, but I noticed that the bus appeared to have snowflakes painted on the side of it. I'll come back to that. Finally,
so you have to see how that snowflake painted bus was critical in helping him find out where that was. He's pretty fast and he's damn good.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, there's a lot of games out there that people can use, like GeoGuessr, that sort of thing, where you can actually go and test yourself on this sort of thing. It's kind of fun.
Well, this one actually was, this one he was actually able to figure out that it wasn't a real place that the person was filming from, and that they had essentially put a fake place in their location.
Yeah, but he was able to figure out where the real place was.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And I think that we just have one last thing to talk about, and that is another I guess it's not location finding exactly, it's person finding.
Right.
So let's throw our very last source up, and it's an article this time instead of a video. But it's how citizen sleuths used AI to locate missing Palmer, Pennsylvania teen NC Aubreyview. And this is from April 2025, but I think it's pretty interesting because, again, they did use the AI, and she had actually gone to some measures to try not to be recognizable. Right, Sarah? I'll let you go ahead and talk about it.
Well, no, I mean, that's essentially it. It's you have people that are not OSINT SNEs, or that are not law enforcement, that are going out and learning how to use these tools, early adapters, and they're learning how to effectively use them to do things like locate missing people, or to locate where a crime has occurred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all eyes on, citizen sleuths. I know, a lot of people in our organization, or not our organization, our industry, are mad at the citizen sleuths. But the fact of the matter is, there's people who are just naturally good at it, and they just happen to right now be an accountant or working at the movie theater or something like that. But this is like their true love, and maybe they don't ever end up working at as OSINT investigators, but they. They can still help. Again, the thing is, and we talked about it in some of our past videos, is just as long as you realize, one, don't point somebody out to the public unless it's pretty much confirmed. Because again, you could just ruin somebody's life just by accusing somebody wrongfully. Even if it's like somebody who's missing or whatever, you think that's her. If you put it out public before you can confirm it, maybe you just messed up something else. Also, if you put it out public before you can confirm it, maybe she's missing for a reason. Maybe they were abusing her. So send it to police, send it to things like that, rather than just putting out public. Kind of the same sort of thought as when you think about the guy who found the malicious code or hacked information, etc. It's like, reach out to somebody first, and then if they don't respond, then if you still are pretty sure, confirm it multiple ways, then maybe at that point you can, put it a little bit more public and see if anybody else can help you confirm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
So,
well, we made it through our material for today. So thank you so much, Sarah. Sarah organizes this for us, so like getting all the links organized and everything. So I appreciate you so much for that. And yeah, we'll be back around next week. And thank you, Andrea, for being one of our live viewers. And thanks again, Roman, for coming in and talking to us and giving us some ideas to talk about. And hopefully we'll see you all again.
until next week.
Until next week. All right. Thanks.
Bye.